Why certain camera angles make you trust, or hate, characters. Have you ever met someone on screen and instantly trusted them? Or felt uneasy about a person before they even spoke a single word? Most people assume they are responding to facial expressions, clothing, or dialogue. But often, something much deeper is happening beneath conscious awareness. The camera itself is guiding your judgment. The angle, shape, and geometry of a frame can quietly influence how we perceive a person's morality, power, innocence, or threat. Long before we understand a character's actions, our brains are already making ethical assumptions based on visual design. This raises a fascinating question. Can a camera lens lie about someone's soul? For decades, filmmakers, photographers, journalists, and advertisers have understood a powerful truth. The camera does not simply record reality. It interprets reality. Every frame is a choice. Every crop excludes information. Every angle suggests meaning. And every composition subtly tells the viewer what to think. Many people believe photographs are objective evidence. We often hear the phrase, "the camera never lies." Yet the moment a photographer chooses where to stand, what to include, and what to leave outside the frame, neutrality disappears. The frame becomes a moral filter. Imagine a portrait photographed from below. The subject suddenly appears larger, stronger, more dominant. Now photograph the same person from above. Without changing their expression, they may appear vulnerable, weak, or powerless. Nothing about the person changed. Only the geometry changed. Yet our emotional response changes dramatically. This phenomenon is rooted in what psychologists sometimes call subconscious visual processing. Human beings evolved to interpret shapes and spatial relationships long before language existed. Certain geometric arrangements trigger emotional reactions almost instantly. Triangles are one of the most powerful examples. A stable pyramid shape often communicates order, balance, leadership, and control. Many historical portraits of kings, military leaders, and political figures use triangular compositions. The viewer subconsciously associates the structure with stability and authority. The person appears trustworthy, capable, even heroic. Now consider harsh diagonals, a tilted horizon, sharp intersecting lines, an off-balance composition. Suddenly the image feels uncomfortable. The world appears unstable. The subject may seem suspicious, dangerous, or emotionally conflicted. The same individual can be transformed from hero to villain simply through geometric framing. This is not because viewers consciously analyze triangles and diagonals. Most never notice them. The influence happens below awareness. The geometry becomes emotional architecture. Consider classic cinema. Heroes are frequently introduced with balanced compositions and clear visual symmetry. Villains often emerge through distorted perspectives, shadows, tilted frames, or aggressive diagonals. The audience feels the moral distinction before the story explains it. Visual design becomes a shortcut for ethical judgment. But here is where the ethical question becomes important. If composition can influence morality, where is the line between storytelling and manipulation? A documentary photographer covering a public protest faces this dilemma. A low angle may make participants appear powerful and courageous. A high angle may make the same crowd appear chaotic or insignificant. Neither image is technically false. Yet each creates a different emotional truth. This is the hidden responsibility of visual creators. Every photograph is more than a record. It is an argument, a statement about significance, a suggestion about character, a proposal about how reality should be interpreted. When we strip away color and focus only on the geometric skeleton of an image, these influences become easier to see. Lines direct attention. Shapes create emotional expectations. Angles establish relationships of power. The visual language operates silently, but its impact can be profound. This understanding should not make us distrust photography. Instead, it should make us more aware, more curious, more critical. The next time you watch a film, view a portrait, or scroll through photographs online, pay attention to the invisible architecture beneath the surface. Ask yourself, why'd I trust this person? Why'd I fear that one? What choices did the photographer make before I ever looked at the image? Because the camera is never merely capturing reality. It is framing a philosophy. And every click of the shutter carries a moral decision hidden within its geometry. The question is not whether visual framing influences judgment. The question is whether we notice it happening. And once we do, we can never see a photograph in quite the same way again.